Hey, this is Joe on ENG 15. I just want to make sure you can see our picture. Yeah. All right, thank you very much. Yep, good.
There we go. Good morning. Captain O'Cades with the Wichita Fire Department here to give an update on a fire that occurred May 1st at 2014 West MacArthur. That fire occurred at 8:30 in the evening. We had 3 patients. One patient was a sheriff office officer that was treated and released that evening for smoke inhalation. Second patient was a male, 36-year-old, which suffered second-degree burns to his right arms and hand. He was released a couple days later. Our third patient was Kimberly Shook, 48 years old. She passed away this past weekend. After investigation of the fire area, it was determined that the fire was intentionally set when the Sedgwick County Sheriff Officer was attempting to serve a search warrant. This brings our City of Wichita's fatality to 4 this year alone.
Can you spell that name for us, please?
S-H-O-C-K.
You believe it was pronounced Shook? Shook?
I might not be pronouncing it correctly. Shock.
Okay.
And first name, can you spell her Kimberly name?
Kimberly, K-I-M-B-E-R-L-Y.
48 of Wichita. So do you know who actually set the fire? Was it the male or the female? What exactly happened?
We believe that with the investigation, the area of the crime scene was basically, it was intentionally set by Kimberly herself.
Any information on how she went about doing that?
No, that's not the information that I received.
Was the sheriff's officer serving a warrant on her?
That information I do not have either.
Is the investigation still ongoing, or has it been turned over to the DA?
No, investigation has been closed now.
Okay. So did you turn information over to the DA for them to determine whether or not charges are going to be filed?
That information I couldn't answer. I don't have that information either, sorry.
What's the relation between Kimberly and the 36-year-old male?
Unknown.
Do we have any idea what her intent was in setting this fire?
No, sir.
And her age one more time, please?
48.
And do you know what that warrant was in regards to?
No, I do not.
How many fire deaths did we have last year?
We had a total of 6.
How many again is it this year?
This is 4. Thank you.
Good morning, Officer Cruz, Wichita Police Department. We're going to be talking about one specific item, which is reference to the meeting inquiries that we've had over the weekend about the 2-year-old death. So for that, we're going to have Lieutenant Gilmore, who's going to come in and talk to you about this case. Lieutenant?
Good morning, I'm Lieutenant Jeff Gilmore. I'm here to talk to you this morning about the child abuse case that resulted in a homicide over the weekend. At approximately 7:48 a.m. Friday morning, officers were dispatched to a child not breathing in the 800 block of North Woodrow here in Wichita. This was initially dispatched as an EMS-only call and later changed to a police response. Dispatch advised there was a 3-year-old child at the residence that was not breathing and CPR was being administered at that time. When EMS arrived, they immediately triaged the child code red with unexplained trauma to the child's face and head. The child was immediately transported to Wesley Medical Hospital in critical condition. On Sunday, May 6th at 8:49 in the morning, 2-year-old Anthony E. Bunn, with a date of birth of July 23rd, 2015, died as a result of his injuries. During the investigation, it was determined that Anthony suffered severe head trauma that was inflicted by his mother, Elizabeth A. Woolheater, and her boyfriend, Lucas A. Deal. On Friday evening, both Elizabeth and Lucas were booked into Sedgwick County Jail on one count of attempted murder. Sunday morning, the arrest reports were amended for both Elizabeth and Lucas to reflect child abuse and felony murder due to Anthony's passing.
You said unexplained trauma. Could you talk about that?
Yes, initially when EMS arrived, CPR was being administered by a family member who had arrived on scene, and they looked at the child immediately and took over, and they noticed some severe trauma to the child's head and face. And there was no explanation for it at that time provided by the mother and the boyfriend who were on scene.
Was the child left alone? Did they say anything about that?
No, the child was not alone. The child was in the care of his mother and the boyfriend.
Any past instances of police showing up at the home for concerns of child abuse?
There was one investigation in October of 2017 of child abuse. That case was investigated. That case was presented to the district attorney's office, and there was not enough evidence at that time to proceed with charges.
Can you spell Anthony's last name again?
Yes, ma'am, it is Bunn, B-U-N-N.
Thank you.
As you were saying, back in October, there was already one investigation into child abuse. Can you just talk about, I think the community wants to know why was there not enough charges and how could this have happened? Can you just address how difficult these cases are?
Well, these cases are extremely difficult, and whenever we receive a case of this nature, any type of case involving a child, any type of abuse, we take the cases extremely seriously. We investigate them to the fullest extent. All the facts are gathered in the cases. Once the facts are gathered, all the evidence is put together, the case is then presented to the district attorney's office for determination of whether the case is charged or not. But we take every case extremely seriously.
Is this now our second child abuse case death this year?
I believe it is.
How difficult are these type of cases, child abuse?
These cases are
homicides?
tough on everyone involved. Absolutely, it's extremely hard on the families. It's extremely hard on the investigators, the medical staff that work on the children. It's tough on everybody all around.
One more question.
Where does the case go from now with the charges and presenting the entire case?
Well, both Elizabeth and Lucas have been booked into jail. As I stated before, the charges were amended to child abuse and felony murder. We will present this case now to the district attorney's office, present the facts in the case for it to be charged.
Will that happen today or tomorrow? Do you
That
know?
will happen later this week. It will not happen today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lieutenant. We also want to remind everybody this week it's going to be the Support Law Enforcement Parade. It's going to happen May 12th. Everything's going to start at 10:30 here in downtown area. We invite everyone to come out and participate. At 11:30 in the morning, we're going to start with the block party, and that's going to go until 2:30. There's going to be food, games, activities, a lot of fun for the family, so we invite everybody to come out. And then finally, we also continue to investigate the Lucas Hernandez case. If anybody has information, please call us. Call Crime Stoppers at 267-2111. That's all the information we have today. I hope everybody has a good day. Thank you.